Good afternoon, everybody. This is Fran Carl from Polish Your Pitch, and as I promised, I would be interviewing people who would give the sort of tips and tricks and ways to overcome your, fear of public speaking. So I'm absolutely thrilled to introduce my colleague and dear friend, Marnie Perner of Kinesiology. And yes, when I find out how to do that, I'll write it on the bottom so you can make contact with Marnie. So, Marnie, as my favourite kinesiologist.
Oh, how special.
I see you, and you correct me if I'm if I'm wrong, is that I see you as my fear-busting specialist.
Absolutely. I'm actually a stress buster as well.
A stress buster, see?
So I'll bust your stress.
Excellent. So, tell me what, in terms of, I know that when we're talking about fear in the body and how your body will react to that and all those sort of things, can you tell me about your work with people's bodies?
Absolutely.
In terms of stress busting and not only their bodies obviously, but the mindset and all that sort of stuff. Maybe the top 3 tips that you could give us?
Absolutely. So I found out very early in my career that people didn't understand that they were stressed. They would come and see me and they had a lot of health complications, and when I asked them what stressed them the most, they would say, "Oh, I'm not stressed." Oh, really? It's not the story I'm getting. So I would say to them, well, your body is stressed. So even though you mightn't realise you're stressed, your body is showing samples of stress. And stress is toxic. So the more stressed you become, the more it builds up, and then it creates what's called an adrenal response. So there's 3 stages to an adrenal response. There's the bit where you're just stressed, the bit where you're a little bit more stressed, the third one can be death. So stress.
That's very stressed, people. Very stressed.
Better off working on 2 and 1. Yeah. So I found I had to, very early in my career, decide how to explain to people what stress was. And a couple of tips that they could use themselves easily and simply to help them to defuse a stress attack, so to speak, that might be happening.
And that's, I'll just interrupt a little bit. That is perfect to where I'm trying to lead people to in terms of that acute fear of public speaking, so that these sort of tips that we're offering as a couple,
absolutely,
as a pair,
pigeon pair,
we both of us want you to be able to have a practical way of approaching this problem.
Yes.
So, over to you, Marnie.
So what I find is that when people are in overwhelm or stressed, and for example, getting ready to do a big talk in front of people. Now, my background in that, when I was a young adult, I would have run to the hills rather than speak in front of people. So I was
I'm glad she's changed.
Great behind the scenes person.
Yes.
Put me in front of the camera, I'd get the flushed face, I'd get the nerves, I'd get the shakes, and I'd forget all my words. As a consultant and someone who runs workshops now, I realise that in Australia to date, they still don't shoot you or egg you for speaking. They'll either leave or they'll stay. Right? However, you do need to feel confident and you do need to feel happy about giving a talk. So your first one is to be prepared, which Fran helps you with. Right? Mine is the stress triggers that are formed at the thought of public speaking. So you don't even have to be doing it. So generally you'll get clammy hands, you get a funny feeling in your stomach. Some people actually collapse. Now that doesn't happen from the start. That happens because a series of events have triggered a response in the body.
Sure.
All right, so what you need to be able to do is you need to be able to use the words first about speaking in public. Say out loud to a mirror, "I love public speaking."
Even if it's a bit tricky to get out.
Even though you're going, "Oh," I want you then to smile at yourself in the mirror. All right, just use your lips. If you can't do it, physically do that with your hands. It doesn't matter.
See?
Yeah, exactly. What it matters is that the body knows that when you smile, you release happy hormones.
Isn't that
right.
Okay, we'll just pause now while you all go. Can you feel your happy hormones?
It just means you're making light of a stressed thought.
Okay.
Because you're not actually being asked to do it. You're just being asked to say it.
Say it,
you're
exactly.
You're not actually even doing it.
Yep.
So when you smile at yourself or make yourself smile, my next thing is I want you to high five the mirror and go, "Oh, you're awesome. Well done."
Okay, mate. You're awesome.
Well done. All right. Once again, the statement of I'm going to do a talk in public has caused you to smile and high-five yourself and congratulate yourself. How awesome is that?
How awesome is that?
I know.
Yes.
And your brain's going, oh, you seem to really like that. I thought you liked the other one. No, you don't. So it doesn't mean that you're going to always love public speaking. What it's going to mean is you're going to use tips and tools from the expert to help you get yourself ready for the talk. But you're going to do your mindset strategies on yourself. So you're smiling in the mirror, or if you've got no mirror, just smile. Get a selfie. Take a selfie with your phone. All right?
As we all know.
And post it on Facebook. Look, here's me happy about public talking. Then you're high-fiving yourself for actually going through and saying, I'm going to do the talk and I'm comfortable about it. Now the last one is if in dire straits. Okay, you're in dire straits. You do have to do this talk. There's no thought about it. It's an actual fact. What I want you to do is take one hand and put it across your forehead like that. Right? Your other hand is on the back of your neck, there. Just on the top of your neck, behind you. Yeah, Fran's got it perfectly.
I'll turn around so you can see it.
Oh, perfect. Now just remember, your hand is the perfect size for your body. You don't have to worry about if you've got the points. These are the points. Forehead and back of the head.
Yep.
And I want you to tell yourself you are totally safe and happy to do this talk. And take 3 deep breaths. Then put your hands down, take another deep breath, go, yes, I'm ready for this. Remember the awesome, and off you go. So they're my points. Very simple.
Wow.
None of it involves medicine. It just involves talking to yourself and actually saying to yourself while our camera falls off, it's perch, that everything is okay and you are safe to talk in public.
Yeah.
Because you talk in public all the time.
Yes.
In shops, cafes, on your car,
Yes.
with your family.
When you pick up the phone, when you talk to the cat.
Exactly.
Yep.
And Fran and I we both talked about there's a couple of acronyms for FEAR.
Yes.
Now mine is because I work with clients that are in stress mode a lot of the time. They are always worried about false expectations appearing real. It hasn't actually happened. They're just worried about what if. Whereas Fran is using
face everything and rise.
So be confident to do what you have to do.
Exactly. Put your hat on and strut your stuff.
Absolutely. Superman.
Yeah, exactly. I know that this has been a useful,
Absolutely.
very useful,
yes, because we're
practical
experts. We're the stress fear experts.
Yes. Practical tips. I'll be very happy to add a couple of things to the video when I work out how to do that, which will be a summary of what those 3 points that Marnie just made. Also a link to Marnie's clinic hours, etc., etc.
Or my book.
Or
you
Marnie's
book.
Marnie has a book to download. I'm jealous. I'm working on that. So thank you so much, everybody. We would love to hear whether these tips and tricks have been of use to you. Let us know. There'll be a call here or press that button and you can send us a note. But thank you so much for spending the time with me, and thank you, Marnie.
My pleasure.
We'll talk soon. It's Fran Carl from Polish Your Pitch and Marnie Perner from Kinesiology. Great to talk to you. See you soon.
Later.
Bye-bye now.